Well, hello everybody. Welcome to Thursday. And I have with me in the back of the house at the moment, Dr. Siddheshwar Chopra, who has been with me before on the Spooky 2 Rife machines. We had a talk maybe 2 months ago now, maybe 6 weeks, 2 months ago already. And I want to just welcome him back onto the show today because we're going to be talking about this incredible little machine, the Hea, and what we call pocket-sized frequency therapy. So I'm very, very excited to be talking about that today. But before we do, we're just going to, again, give a shout out to our program sponsor, the amazing Spooky 2, who are the creators of home rife machines, from these little ningly ones, as we say here, to the much bigger, powerful systems that you can use at home. And really, this is the way of the future. Frequency medicine definitely is the way of the future. So before I welcome Dr. Siddheshwar Chopra onto the program with me today, we're just going to play you a little Spooky 2 ad.
Hello, I am Ahmed Marwin from Libya. I am 35 years old, and I am a veterinarian. I have been in Spooky 2 family since last February, and I am happy with that, as my family and I have changed our lives. And we have become in control of things. I am proud of this, and being from the medical community is from science fiction or superstition, and at first I had some doubts about the work of the device. So I said to myself that I have to try it myself, and I actually bought a basic MX set. The results surprised me, and they were amazing and unbelievable. I quickly bought Gen X and plan to buy the Central. There are many positive experiences with Spooky 2, but I had an exceptional experience in which I challenged myself in Spooky 2, and Spooky 2 won, and this is what happened. I had a cavity in one of my teeth in the upper jaw on the right, and it never hurt me. About a month and a half ago, it broke and started hurting my tongue, and it hurt. I went to a friend of mine who is a dentist in his clinic and decided to extract it, but he advised me to pull out the nerve and a white filling. I am convinced that pulling the nerve is a very bad thing. The tooth becomes a dead piece of dentin. The important thing is that I myself say this is the best test and challenge that I do with Spooky 2. After effort, my friend agreed to make a filling without pulling the nerve. And he told me that you bear the responsibility if the matter fails, and he said in the best case 50% its success rate, and it started working. Then he said it will not work because the 3 roots of the teeth are exposed. And this will cause inflammation and terrible pain, so I told him to continue and do not worry, and after finishing I asked him when the effect of the anesthetic will end. He said after about 3 hours gradually, and actually the pain started. I took an analgesic, then I started working with Spooky 2, and I did 4 scans for mouth and gum diseases, and for tooth decay, and for the Hulda-Clark program to relieve pain found in the cancer protocol. And the last one for oral and dental problems in general. Then I put it on the contact mode, then on the remote, and I kept waiting for the analgesic to finish, and the surprise was that there was no and it is funny that he called me the next day, because he was waiting for me to come back and ask for a root canal, and I was more surprised than him. This is contrary to what we read and told about in medicine. So thank you very much.
Well, there you have it. Thank you so much for that. And another great Spooky 2 successful testimonial. They really are amazing. And with that, I'm going to welcome with me Dr. Siddheshwar Chopra. Hello, Siddesh. How are you doing? Welcome back to Aquarius Rising and Solutions with Aquarius Rising. And I do believe we're also streaming through your channel today. How are you doing?
I'm doing good, Chantil. How are you? Thanks for inviting me here.
Yeah, absolutely. Thank you so much for being here, because I know today we're going to be talking about my little machine, the favorite little thing my favorite new little toy, the Hea,
Yes.
pocket-sized frequency therapy. It's a little magic thing that I want to tell you. It stays wherever I am, and at every opportunity, I zap myself with it. Wow, what an incredible little machine. I'm amazed at
Yes.
what we're able to get nowadays. And I want to just, before we carry on, Charmaine, thank you so much. We pray you have a blessed day. Waiting a new granddaughter. Wow. Congratulations. I send you lots of love and lots of prayers for your new grandbaby on the way. That's really, really good news. Beautiful time for children to be born as well at this time. So, yeah, awesome. So, Siddhesh, tell us about the Hiwi. What do we, I mean, I really love this because I know it's a little zapper, as well as actually it has the same abilities, if you will, of a normal rife machine. It also has about 60,000 different programs that you can tune into or program it with. And
Yeah.
really, you're able to put it around your neck, walk around with it, put the TENS pads on whichever part of the body you want, and program whatever you want to program. And
Yeah.
Bob's your auntie, off you go. That is really incredible. And I've got to tell you guys, this thing works. I'm just one of these. I'm happy and fortunate that I don't have many health issues. But what I have had is sometimes stiff joints.
Yeah.
And I want to tell you, just from doing the blood purifier, I don't have that anymore. That's my favorite thing to do is a blood
Wow.
purifier
We are
because
starting
I'm
with a
sure.
wonderful testimonial.
Yeah, it's amazing, and
Very nice.
I mean,
Very
it's
good.
like I'm as right as rain. So yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway, enough jabbering from me. I would love to hear more about you and what you have to say, and how do we use this little machine?
Yeah.
Yeah, tell us more.
So, yeah. Okay. Thanks for the introduction and inviting me here. And see, the main thing is like Hiva. I call it Hiva. So it's a basically a portable rife machine, and of course you can't use it as a substitute for cancer therapy, right? So you need to have more powerful machine like the central machine. And on the other interview we discussed that day about the scalar, we discussed about central. So for very critical issues, we would recommend the central machine, right? But Hiva, where does it stand out? First thing is it is portable. Okay. And many people, before the development of this device, used to email John White and had several concerns about a portable unit which anybody can carry around, and it is easier to operate. One button operation, senior citizens can operate it easily. So there you go. He just made one for you, right? It is a very simple machine. And I'll be getting into the technical details, how to operate and whatnot. We'll cover most of the things today, right? So it is very handy, and you charge it once, you copy your programs once, and you are good to go, right? Unless you change it manually, it is going to run the same programs every single time.
Yeah.
Okay. So I'm sharing my presentation now. uh, you will have to just share system audio. Okay, I'm sharing. Yeah. So I'm sharing my screen. uh, is it visible to you, Shanti?
No, we must add to the stage, I think. Let me
Okay,
just see.
is it visible
Here
now?
we go. There we go.
Yeah. Okay. So yeah. So just let me quickly start with my introduction. Uh, I have done my PhD from BITS Pilani, India, and before that I have done my post graduation, undergraduation from Sri Sathya Sai Institute of Higher Learning, Andhra Pradesh and Bangalore campuses. After my PhD in physics, I have 10 years of teaching experience at university level, during which I also published several international papers on computational nanoscience. So I'm a pretty much simulation type of guy. I know how to do the simulation in nanoscience. And during my academic career, I was deeply interested in energy healing. So I went on with certifications for theta healing, Reiki, access consciousness, now healing, Pyra Vastu, wherein we use pyramids to move energies in the house. Okay, so we can use pyramids for many things, right? These are very popular. And then I went for iridology diploma. I also have done master diploma in alternative medicine, and I work with different technologies, organoids, magnets, and whatnot. Okay, so content of the webinar today would be completely on Heva Microgen. So Heva is the name of the device, and Microgen is it is called Microgen because it generates microcurrent, right? And microcurrent is if I have to define microcurrent, it is 10 to the power minus 6 amperes. Okay,
Right.
so it is something like 1,000 times lesser than milliampere. Okay,
Right.
so why microgen? First of all, why microampere? The first thing is the microcurrent has been studied by several research groups, and it has been found that the current of the order of 100 microamperes to 500 microamperes is the one which favors the energy production in the body, or it favors the ATP generation in the body, right? So that is
Right.
why it is called microgen. It has uh, you know it has been deeply studied till now. So there are many microgen devices, but Heva would be my choice because for the reasons we are going to discuss in my further slides. We'll be discussing features of Heva. We'll be discussing the hardware operation, software operation, what do you mean by firmware upgrade, and so on. And we will be discussing about how to load the programs into Heva, how to create, delete programs, and stuff like that, right? So, okay. So Heva is world's most advanced FDA registered portable frequency therapy device. It offers four modes. This is very important. It offers Bobbeck blood purifier. It offers Hulda Clark zapper. Let me quickly give you the difference between these two type of zapping. In fact, both are zapping. Blood purifier is the Bobbeck blood purifier is basically for pathogens present in the blood. Okay, and Hulda Clark zapper is for pathogens in any other areas, right? Maybe the stomach area or the kidney area, whatever. So pathogens uh, for that particular region, those areas we use Hulda Clark zapping. Now, another two modes are the low power mode, which is basically the microcurrent mode, and the last one is the high power frequency mode. So, high power frequency mode is something like you can call it, it is the right therapy specifically because it is almost doing a very powerful job, very powerful therapy to you. Okay. Now, what are the features of Heva? Features are my favorite feature is small, portable. It fits inside your pocket, does not require any external power once charged. Okay,
Yeah,
it has
because you charge it
yeah,
on your laptop, don't you? And then once
yeah,
you charge
absolutely.
it on your laptop and you load the program that you want, and then it actually stays charged for 24 hours.
Absolutely. So,
Yeah.
so basically, you can charge from anything. You can charge it using your mobile charger. You don't need a laptop, just laptop.
Yeah.
You can charge it with anything, any charger you have. You can charge it from the what do you call it? Power batteries. You can charge it. Okay. So you have the power banks. So you can charge from that. So you
Yes.
have a full day operation. It is 1200 mAh lithium polymer battery. You can charge from anything from phone charger, PC, or anything else. It is simple to program and run, and it has a massive database of around 60,000 programs. Okay, and then it is just a one button operation. Why do I say so? Because if you just long press the button, the silver color button on the Microgen, it will turn it on or off. Okay, if you short press it, you are going to select the intensity level. So there are 5 intensity levels, and you can change the intensity level by short pressing the same button, right? Then most importantly, you have current limiting protection. So that means, why do I mention this current limiting protection? Because people who have experience with rife therapy, you would have noticed that if frequency value is too low, okay, something like maybe 100 hertz, 200 hertz, 300 hertz, so you feel more zapped, you feel more, tickling, so that is not the issue with Heva is very smart. It will reduce the current when you are getting that therapy, right? When you are getting the low frequency, it will limit the current so that you don't get pricked. Okay, now it has 5 power levels starting from 10 volts till 60 volts. 60 volts is pretty high voltage, by the way. So it is really powerful device. Okay, now
Is that
frequency
where it
range.
starts? Does it
uh,
start on 60 volts? So the
no,
first
no,
one,
no,
I
no.
don't know if you guys can see. I want
Yeah,
to just show you.
it.
That's actually where you press that little yellow, that little silver button there. But you can't really see on my screen now. The light's not good. But you
Yeah,
switch it on there. So there's the one. So is the first one 60 volts? And am I right in saying that you should start, when you, let's say, starting a therapy, and you should start on the lower voltage and you should
yeah,
increase it?
absolutely.
Um,
That is how it should be. That's correct, Shatil. That's correct. Because see, it depends. Everyone has a different skin resistance. Okay, so some people get zapped even at 10 volt. They feel it's too high, so
yeah.
then they can switch to low power mode instead of high power mode. So that is out of the experience, how the person feels. They can change the voltage. Like for myself, 30 to 40 volts is common for me. Okay, 30 to 40 volts I can handle easily, so I go for my comfort zone. Okay, so now the frequency range is 1 microhertz to 2 megahertz. If any of you have spooky 2 devices, you would know that the XM generator generates till 5 megahertz and the generator X Pro generates till 40 megahertz. Okay, now this is generating till 2 megahertz with a resolution of 6 decimal places. For such a small device, 6 decimal place resolution is mind boggling. Let me tell you, I am from electronics
Wow.
background too, so it is a very, very precise frequency device, if I have to say that. Now, common sense says that if any frequency is more than 2 megahertz, it is going to automatically convert it to lower harmonics, subharmonics, to deliver it to your body. Okay, so if you want very high megahertz frequency, its efficiency definitely goes down if you're reducing it till 2 megahertz. But it is still better, because you have portable device, so you can carry it full day with you. So you can get the same efficiency if you are holding the treatment, the therapy, for a longer time. Okay, now as I said, it has 4 modes of operation we'll be discussing now. Now talking about the system requirement for your PC. So PC system requirements are very simple, no issues with that. 32-bit version or 64-bit version of Windows will work, there is no problem. Till Windows 10 I am completely comfortable, confident that it works. Windows 11 you will have to try. Okay, I think it works on Windows 11 too. Now, RAM is nothing. 512 MB RAM these days is nothing. So 100 MB of free space is required, and any processor Intel dual core above is good. Okay, talking about low power and high power modes, the low power mode is also called as microcurrent mode. It is ideal for helping people to recover from injuries and chronic pain. So you can call it, it is a gentle healing, right? Therapy with microcurrent frequencies can also help to relax muscles, relieve pain and stiffness, right? Because the low power mode usually we recommend above shoulders. That is where you use the low power mode. Now, on the contrary, high power mode delivers the punch to target serious health issues caused by viruses, bacteria, fungi, and parasites. Microgen ensures that you can safely apply these high power frequencies without injury. So, as I said, current limiting protection comes in picture here. Okay. Now, about the software, as the Spooky 2 software, the Microgen software is also given open source. It is free to use, right? So it works very well on Windows. However, if you want to install it on Linux, then you will have to use some third party virtual environment to install Windows on that, and then you can install Microgen software. Okay. And it is simple to operate. You just need to connect Microgen to the computer using the USB cable, USB and Type C cable. So that is the normal cable these days we have with our mobile chargers. So even if any cable goes wrong, you have the backup with you. You will definitely have a charger at home, right? So you can take out the data cable. So there is no problem. Even if anything fails, it is good to go. You can definitely make it work. Now you
Yeah, it's
just
like
need
a
to,
normal cell phone charger. It's a normal cell
yeah,
phone charger.
absolutely,
Yeah.
absolutely. So there is no problem. You can use it anyways. So you can just turn on the generator and then select your specific programs, transfer the programs, and that's all. The Microgen takes care after that. Okay. And you just need to connect the suitable TENS cable and start using it. When you do buy the Heva package, you get all these things. You get Microgen TENS pads. You get a choice between silver or white color Microgen. You get a lanyard. You get a user manual. You get a portable case. You get two power cables. This is important to note here. The low power TENS cable are the golden one. Okay, the golden color cables are called the low power TENS cable, and high power TENS cable are the silver colored cable. And then you also get a USB cable. It is very important to note here that you should not be using a wrong cable for your therapy. If you use a wrong cable for your therapy, in fact, you are not getting the therapy at all, because the
Right.
connections are different inside the cable. Please remember, it is not just the power, connections are also different. So you have
So
to
I want
make
to
sure that, yeah.
Sorry to interrupt you. I just want to make sure, because my understanding, the gold one, right, is for everything above the shoulders. So if you're putting it on your tooth, let's say you've got a toothache, or
Yeah,
you doing something on your jaw, or you got a headache or
yeah,
something, and you're putting the tense cables. So that would be the golden cable, right?
yes, absolutely.
And then anything below that, you use the high power tense cables, right?
Yes, yes, yes. That's
Right,
perfect. That's perfect.
right.
Okay. Now we get on to the technical details. Okay. Most importantly, it has only one output channel. Okay. That means you have only one sets of TENS pads connected, right? So there are, if you want multiple TENS pads, you will have to buy another Heva. That is what it means by output channel is one. You do have a output short circuit protection, that by mistake your TENS pads stick onto each other. So you do have short circuit protection. Device does not get bad. It does not get damaged. Okay. The maximum output current is just 20 milliamps. Just 20 milliamps. Okay. And the frequency range I have already told, it is still 2 megahertz. The resolution is 6 decimal places. That means 1 microhertz. Now here it's important thing. If you are selecting the highest power, that means you will have to press the intensity button 5 times. Okay. Then you get on to the 60-volt level. So there the maximum frequency delivered to your body would be 200 kilohertz. That means anything above 200 kilohertz, it is going to convert it to lower harmonics and send it down to your body. Okay. So the higher voltages are giving you smaller frequency range. Okay. Because of the internal circuitry, we don't have to understand that. It is just for the information that the frequency goes down as you start increasing the voltage. Now, about the hardware operation, Microgen will always charge itself when it is connected to a USB port. Now, how cool is that? You don't have to press any button, okay? The moment
Yeah.
it is connected to a USB port, it is always charging. You don't have to worry about it, right? You don't have to turn it on for it to charge. That is the answer. Now, if Microgen is turned on, the LEDs on the front of the Microgen will flash, indicating the charge status, okay? I mentioned about the intensity level, right? If you short press it once, it is intensity level number 1, and similarly till fifth intensity level, that is 60 volts. So the same LEDs will be changing, will be blinking one by one if it is charging. If it is charging, okay. After 5 hours, the charge indication LEDs will automatically calibrate to 100%. They will automatically calibrate, right? Press the power button for 2 seconds until the LEDs turn on. Okay. Now, if you see the side of the Microen, you have 3 buttons here, 3 slots. One is on the left hand side, tense cable port, that is the 3.5 audio socket. It's the normal headphone socket, right? So that goes inside, and that other side is having 2 tense pads. Okay. Next to that is your type C connector, that is nothing but the charging port. Very next side of the charging port, you have a reset button. Now if you see, there is a reset button in the Wi-Fi router in many devices, just to factory reset the system. We will discuss about this shortly. Why do we need to reset? So reset button is given to you with any pin. You can hold it for few seconds, 2 to 3 seconds, and then the device will get resetted to the factory settings. Okay. Now on the top, you do see a power button, that is a silver color button, and then there are 5 LEDs to show the intensity level selected by you for the therapy. So as I said, about the accessories, the TENS cables are the golden cable, which are the low power cable, which we use for the low power mode only. And there is one more addition, that you see a small LED present on these cables. Okay, so this is the latest feature added. These LEDs blink or stay on depending on the working status. It blinks during the blood purifier mode and low power mode at low frequencies less than 50 hertz. Because at low frequencies, you will be able to see the blinking carefully. You will be able to notice the blinking. Okay. But for the high frequency application, these stay on, or you will not be able to make out any difference if it is blinking or not. So the
Right.
silver cables you use for other applications other than low power mode. So this is important to note here. Low power mode, there, that set of TENS cable you are going to use only for the low power mode. That is the golden cable. Okay. However, for everything else, zapping, blood purifier, high power mode, you are going to use silver cable. So you are going to use silver cable the most in general. Okay. Now the TENS pads are 2 inches by 2 inches TENS pad. These are the reusable TENS pads, self-adhesive. Now most importantly, we have to understand here is, some people say that we are not feeling anything, we don't know if it is working or not. So most importantly, the first thing you have to make sure here is TENS pads are sticking properly. If they lose their stickiness, you are supposed to change the TENS pads. Do not use the same TENS pad, otherwise current is not going to flow. Okay, this is very important. Okay, now coming to the details of the modes. The first mode is blood purifier mode. These are autopilot modes. You don't have to worry about anything. You select the mode, you are good to go. That's all. You don't have to copy any programs. Okay. Now, the blood purifier mode is the Bob Beck blood purifier mode. It provides 27 volts DC signal across a chosen blood vessel. This is very important. This DC signal reverses direction 7.8 hertz, creating a 3.9 hertz biphasic AC signal. So basically the frequency is 3.9 hertz. Okay. The recommended therapy time is 2 hours per day. And it is suggested to do this protocol for at least 21 days and at max 30 days. Okay. I did mine already. So 21 days to 30 days is the recommended duration for blood purifier, and per day duration is 2 hours. And after 2 hours per day, the microgen is going to turn off. So if you think you are going to overtreat yourself, it does not allow. It is smart enough. Okay, it will turn it off. It will
Overheat
turn it off.
yourself.
Absolutely, it will say enough for me. Okay. Okay, now you have to use the silver cable for this, and we start at 10 volts. As Chantil also said, we start with the lowest voltage, and whenever at whichever voltage you are comfortable, keep clicking, keep pressing the button till then, and then stay with that setting. Okay, and if there is any discomfort, you can again go back. The voltage will raise till 60 volts, of course, and then again once you start clicking again, it will go to 10, 20, 30, and so on. Okay, so it will go in a cycle, 10 to 60 volts, and then after 60 it will again go down to 10 volts. Okay, so if you will have to play around with this as per your need and your comfort. Okay, now say I'm going for the 3 LEDs, then it is I'm selecting 30 volts, and as per your convenience you can go down. But the positions of the TENS pad, this is what you have to notice here. This is across your blood vessels, right? The arteries and veins. So you have to go like that. The TENS pads will be left and right side of the wrist. So that is where you have to place your TENS pad, or vertical direction, okay, along the artery. So that is where you have to place the TENS pad for blood purifier mode only. Now about zapping. So as I described earlier, the blood purifier mode is taking care of the blood. So that is why we are covering the area of arteries and veins. And you are talking about the zapping now. So zapping is done for larger pathogens. Okay. Zapping is done for other organs. So we are trying to zap the pathogens which are present in a localized area, in an organ, okay, or across the problem area. So what do I mean by problem area? Say a person wants to target pathogens which could be responsible for cancer. So you already know, due to the from the medical reports, that this is the location of the cancer. So you can take the TENS pads and try to be as close as possible to the problem area, and then you start zapping there. Okay. So if you know the problem area, take the TENS pads approximately 5 to 10 centimeter gap, and then you start zapping, right? So the signal in the zapper is greatly different from the blood purifier mode. The voltage is around 9 volts when you talk about zapping, right? The blood purifier was a 2-hour session per day, but zapping is way lesser. It is a 63-minute session. Now, this is important to understand. The Hulda Clark zapping, in fact, the Hulda Clark, she said that you have to zap 3 times in 1 hour session. So, how did she do that? She did zapping for 7 minutes, followed by a 21-minute break, followed by 7 minutes zapping again, then followed by 21 minutes break, and finally ending up with 7 minutes zapping. This was to cover up, the entire session, so that, uh, starting from the bigger size pathogens, they start leaving, what do you call it, their eggs, and she covered the entire cycle of that process, and one by one, unless you finish this entire 63-minute session, you might be leaving some eggs, some residual pathogens in your body. So this 63-minute session was to address such issues. Okay, so effectively, if you see, you are getting 7 plus 7 plus 7, that is 21 minutes of zapping in the entire session of 63 minutes, right? So for 7 minutes you are going to feel zap, then 7 minutes, then 7 minutes. So entire 42 minutes in between, you are not going to feel anything. So some people, feel it's not working, but actually that is how it is supposed to work. Okay.
Yeah.
So
I
you have
see
to
there's Siddesh, sorry. I'm
tell
seeing
me.
to use the silver high power, and do you only use it on the lowest setting for the zapper, on the lowest voltage setting? Is that what it's? I mean, and I'm reading that here
Yes,
because
yes, yes, yes.
I
Absolutely. That
tend
is
to.
correct.
Okay, what happened? Because when I do the zapper, I actually turn it up because I actually don't feel the zapper. I must be honest, but the blood purifier on the
You
second
feel it.
voltage, I feel my arm does actually this. I can do it
Yeah,
on two, on
yeah,
two, on two setting, the second
yeah,
setting.
yeah. See, the standard Hulda Clark zapper was 9.7 volts. Okay, around 9 volts it was. So that is why we recommend to use it on the lowest power setting, that is 10 volts. Okay, but I don't think there is any problem if you use higher, if you are able to manage it. So that's okay.
Yeah,
Another thing is, just to answer your doubt here, that you don't feel anything on zapping, right? The reason is you are now targeting larger muscle. Okay,
right,
so you are targeting larger organ area, that is why you're not feeling anything, right? If the same zapper terminals you put on your arteries here on the wrist, you are going to feel the same. Okay,
right. How
so
often
the
should you use the zapper?
Zapper, I don't recommend as such. I've done it for 1 week without break for 2 weeks. So my parents use it whenever they want. Whenever they feel there is
Okay.
any infection in the body, they use it for 3, 4 days, 5 days. There is no problem. Nothing happens. It's not negative.
Can you use, let's say, the blood purifier and then do the zapper? So I mean, can you do it on the same time? Should you wait to space in time? Does it matter how, I mean, how many of these programs a day you use?
Yeah. So see, it depends on the Hughes reaction. Okay. So if you are
Right,
able to handle the Hughes reaction, you can go for both on the same day. Okay, but
right,
I would say listen to your body. That is
right,
the best thing. Listen to your
right,
body. If you are able to handle any such issues, then go ahead, you can do that, right? People
right.
usually who are very sick, it is difficult for them to do blood purifier and zapping at the same time, maybe in 1 hour break or something. So it is always better to give break in between, maybe a day
Yeah,
break, then go for the next day, because it is a portable device. See, it is
yeah,
very easy to manage your therapy sessions like that. Okay, anytime you can
right.
just start. So now again, as in the blood purifier mode, after the session gets over, the device is going to turn off. So if you are doing just before sleeping, fine, the microgen will turn off, so no worries here. Okay, now getting into the technical part, which is the low power mode, or I should say the capability of HEVA to program the frequencies, right? To deliver the frequencies of your choice. So that is where the beauty of the right therapy comes in now. So in the low power mode and the high power mode, you have to select your own programs. Okay. For this application, as you see on the software, you are going to see this button here, which is low power cable button, and it would be yellow color.
Yes,
So the yellow color reminds you to use the golden cable. Okay. So once you have installed the program, we'll see how to install the program shortly. So once you have the programs with you, you can just open the software, and then if you type FSM, that is frequency specific microcurrent. So the FSM, the moment you type in, you are going to see several frequencies, several programs in front of you, and you can select any of these programs, and then you can deliver it to the body straight away. We will see step by step how to do it, so don't worry if you don't understand right now. So these are the programs specifically designed for the low power operation. That is why if you type FSM, you're going to see the programs relevant for low power mode. Now going to the high power mode, the moment you select it, the moment you want to load it, you will see the icon here, which is high power cable on the top right, and white dot. white dot means that is the silver cable which has to be used. Okay. Now this is meant to unleash the full potential of Microgen to address serious health issues. So now you are really talking about the lifestyle therapy session wherein it will deliver high power to the body. Okay. So the Microgen cleverly applies harmonics of the chosen frequencies to prevent any discomfort at lower frequencies. Uh, as I mentioned about the reset button on the HEVA device, it is recommended to firmware update the device to resolve any bug issues from any previous versions. This is done usually to provide enhanced functionality to the hardware or its operation, like auto switching of the device once the program is over. So that functionality is nothing but a firmware update. Okay, that functionality is a part of the firmware operation. However, software update is different. When we say software update, we are talking about the Microgen software update, and it is not related to the hardware, the HEVA device. It is related to your laptop. So you just have to get the latest Microgen software and then update the same as you do the Spooky 2 update. Okay. So it is different from the firmware update. But when do we need to reset? As I said, if you face any bug issues with the device, it is not turning off after the zapping or after blood purifier, then you need to do the factory reset. So it is generally meant to bring down or reset the entire device to the factory settings. It is done in case the Microgen is not recognized by the computer. So I even got this complaint from many people that sometimes my Microgen does not get recognized. So we simply ask them to factory reset the device after failing for several times. Okay, so you just need to do the factory reset and the device is good to go again. So this, however, should be the last option. Okay, this is supposed to be the last option. We don't do it unless we have terrible issue with the device. We don't reset it otherwise. Usually the software team, the Spooky 2 team or the HEVA team will contact the users and inform them if they need to reset. Okay. Now, about the installation of the software. So you just need to download the software from the website mentioned here on the screen, heva.com/software download. You just have to click yes and then click next and select the location. I would recommend go for the standard or the recommended location, default location. Press next, and that's all. The device is ready to go. The software is ready now. Once the software is installed, you have to just click the Microgen icon. Okay. Here is one small trick, not trick, it's a troubleshooting. If you do not see Microgen icon placed on the desktop, you will have to go back to the location where it was installed. Okay. So if you see carefully on the screen, you can write down the link. It is installed inside. This is the default location. It is installed inside C drive, program files, then Microgen folder, right? So you can just simply go there and you will find a Microgen icon. You can click that or create a shortcut of that icon to the desktop. Okay. Once it is ready, once you click the Microgen icon, it appears, the software appears to you, and you see the program window. You have a lens icon here, which is a search icon, and this is the search bar, and you see a list of nearly 60,000 programs, right? And then there is a play button, and then you have a trash icon, save icon, and you have all the 4 modes here at your disposal. So if you have noticed on the software screen, uh, if you have noticed on the software screen, you see asterisk marks. Shantil, this is for
Yes.
you. Okay.
Yes.
So the asterisk marks mean that those specific programs are more recommended, more well tested ones. Okay,
Right.
these are more tested programs, so these are more recommended. You can use these first. Okay, another thing
Right.
is, you see next to the asterisk mark there are some numbers written here,
Yes.
right? So I'm talking about, say, blood circulation sluggish. So you see there is a number written 5. 5 means this particular program consists of 5 frequencies. Okay, this is important to note because Hiva can run at a time 1000 frequencies. You can load 1000 frequencies onto Hiva. I'm not saying 1000 are running at a single time. No, that is wrong. It is running one by one. So you are
Yeah.
running 1000 frequencies one by one. So that is the upper limit. That is why you have to note that this particular program consists of 5 frequencies only. Okay. Now, there is the next question. Can you change the duration of the program? Can you change the duration of per frequency? Yes, you can. It is programmable. So on the screen, you can see there is something called frequency duration. So it is written 180. That means it is 180 seconds or 3 minutes per frequency. So on the screen, you can see bronchitis 1 is highlighted, which has 4 frequencies. So how many minutes it is going to run? It is going to run for 42 minutes. Okay. No, this is a wrong example. There are, okay, two programs selected, cardiovascular and bronchitis. So I'm just talking about the bronchitis 1 program. So that means 4 frequencies multiplied by 3, that makes it 12 minutes. So 12 minutes, this entire program bronchitis 1 is going to run for you. If you do want to change it, you want for longer duration, then you can manually type the seconds here, 180 seconds. So you can type on your own, and there on the right hand side you will see the runtime, estimated runtime changed then and there for you. Okay,
Right.
so it is easily programmable for you.
I want to just
Now,
ask you
yeah,
something, Siddhesh.
tell me.
Sorry, if you go back there, then I think the default is kind of 180 frequencies, right? But then what happens if you want to add more? So, like at the bottom, let's say if you want to put 600 in there, is that giving you a longer run, obviously, or are the frequencies more intense? The frequencies will only be more intense if you up them on the Hiwi, right? If you
Yeah,
increase them on the Hiwi. This is just more. So it's a longer running program
yes.
rather than making it more intense per se. Okay, that's fine.
Yes, yes. See, this is like, you are having a list of programs, you select on your own, and it depends, say bronchitis has 10 programs, right? Some of these will be having common frequencies. Okay. So as
Right,
per my experimentation, you will have to select what is working well for you. There could
right,
be 200 frequencies for a particular disease, for any health condition. Okay, so doesn't mean that all the 200 are going to be needed by your body. Maybe just 2 frequencies will do the job.
right.
So with any right therapy session, it's very common that it's either a hit or a miss. Okay,
Yes.
so if it works, it doesn't work, it's as simple as that. So you will have to experiment with what is working for you. Okay,
So
so
what you're
we'll
saying
discuss.
as well is the ones with the asterisks is next to that
Yes,
have already been
yes,
tried and tested.
yes,
So those are
yes,
ones.
yes.
So what are the other ones there for then? Is that just what? Why are the other
See,
ones in there? I'm just curious to know. Is that also just to
absolutely.
see if it works for
There
you,
are
maybe?
there are several research groups which are working in this field. Okay, so
Right,
so many have done maybe some trials, or they have published some results. So that is why those are asterisk marks. So those are
right.
preferred ones. Okay, that is
Okay,
the only
perfect.
reason.
Right, I'm with you.
Now,
I'm with you.
for the software operation, there are 4 large buttons at the bottom of the screen of the software. Okay, so these are blood purifier mode. It's written, it's 120 minutes duration per session. Zapper mode is 63 minutes, low power mode, and the high power mode. Okay, now the moment you want to load blood purifier mode, what you have to do is, it is very simple for the blood purifier and zapper mode. You have to make sure your HEVA is connected to the laptop, your software is turned on, the software has recognized your hardware, that it's working now. The moment you click blood purifier mode, of course, I'm assuming you have the TENS pads connected to your body. The moment you click blood purifier mode, you are going to start feeling the zapping. It is that simple, just one click, right? You just need to transfer the command to the HEVA. I'm using
Right.
the right word, command. It is not a program yet. Okay. Next is zapper. So if you want zapping, you just click zapper button. If you want low power or high power mode, then you have to first select the programs, your specific programs, and then click low power or high power mode. Okay. You
And of
need
course,
to,
let's just be
yeah,
clear that with the low power mode, you've got to change the
hold.
cables to the
Absolutely.
gold cable. There's two cables. It comes with two cables.
Yes.
Yeah,
So you have to make sure you are using the golden cable for the low power operation and the silver cable for the high power operation or
yeah,
zapper or blood purifier. Okay.
yeah.
Now on the top of the screen, you will see there are multiple options on the menu. You have utils section wherein you have install drivers, firmware update instruction, update firmware, and test report. So we will see in details. In the programs section, you have a refresh option wherein you can update the loaded database. Why do you need to update the database? Because sometimes we add our own database. We do add our own programs. We can add our programs. Okay. Then in utils section, you have install drivers. That is the very first time you need to do this. After that, it is done. Then you do see firmware update instructions. You can read the details and accordingly you can update. At the end of the webinar, I will show you some links. I have on my channel, there are multiple videos made for HEVA, so you can learn how to update your firmware also. Okay. Then there is the option of updating firmware, and then most useful one is test report, which provides the useful information about the status of your microgen. Some people say that it is not working, so it is very simple to use the test report option. Of course, you have to connect the TENS pad on your body before doing this. If you think your microgen has no output, you can create a test report. The report causes microgen to produce a low frequency at maximum power. This signal is very painful, so you will have no doubt that microgen is working. So Shantil, what does this indicate? Better trust microgen. Otherwise, be ready to feel pain.
I've definitely shocked. Well, I wouldn't say shocked myself, but there's been once or twice I've had that the blood purifier on a like 5, and I'm like, oh my god.
So this is for people who doubt that device is not working, and it is very,
Exactly.
so it is genuine concern. We want to know that device is working. That is what I've paid for, right? So now the moment you click test report, you are going to see a pop-up window which shows the firmware version, and there is a green tick next to it. That means it is correct. Handshaking, green tick. Handshaking means the device has been recognized by the laptop. That is what is meant by handshaking. Then you see output voltage 60.26. That means it is at the highest power rating right now. That is 60 volts. Then battery voltage will be visible. That's all, right? And it would be running a 50 or 60, 50 hertz signal at 60 volts. Okay. So this is confirmation that your device is working well. Now, going beyond the modes, you see something called continuous loop mode, which is by default. So you see four dots on the software. You see four dots and then a back arrow, which is going back from the last dot to the first dot. That means it is a continuous loop mode. That means if you have run a 1 hour program and you don't stop it, then it is going to automatically go back to the starting and again restart the program. Okay, so this you have to take care. If you are doing too much of killing work, some killing of pathogens, then it depends on your body how much you are able to handle. So I leave it to the decision of the user that you want continuous or you want only single run. So if you select single run, then you are going to see like this, 4 dots followed by a vertical line. That means the Heva is going to auto stop after this. Okay. Now, if you want to search a program, so as I said, it is the search bar on the top. You can type in your specific program, and there is encyclopedia section. You can read everything about the disease. You can get all the details you want as you get in the Spooky 2 software. And once you are comfortable, what you have to do is remember, please keep in mind that you have to copy less than 1,000 frequencies. If you copy more than that, doesn't matter, they are not going to run. So 1,001th frequency is not going to run. Is that simple? Okay. So you select all these frequencies manually here, all the programs manually, and you see the blue area. That means you have selected all these programs. You can click the play icon. The moment you click the play icon, all the programs loaded by you, selected by you, are going to get loaded into the Heva. Okay. So the moment you select all these, you have to press save icon. You see a floppy icon here. Or if you wish to delete or you want to do something else, you can press the trash icon, which will delete everything. Okay.
Right.
If you do want to create your custom program, this is very important because many of us are healers. We want our own frequencies. Some people do the dowsing work. They find some frequencies from the dowsing itself. They experiment. They feel happy about it. So we would like to have some customization capability, and that is where Heva stands out. With the support of this wonderful software, you can create your own program. Okay, so you can custom add programs. You can just select all the programs, say cold 1 to cold 6. So I'm talking about the programs available in the software right now. That, okay, say a person, you are dealing with a client who has specific issue, say some cold issue. So you want to run this program every time on the person, and you don't want to have the trouble of selecting all the 6 programs every now and then. Okay, so you would like to save it as a single program. So the moment you select all the 6 programs and it is seen on the right hand side, and you click the floppy icon, now it will take you to the next window asking you the name of the program, and this will be saved as a single program. Okay. So the moment I click save icon, this window will be visible. You can type your own name and all the frequencies would be visible here. And in the program description section, you will see all the 6 programs loaded here. Okay. The same idea, you can use it as your own program also. You can make your own program also now. What you can do is, using the same concept, you can also write down any name of the program, and then frequencies here, you can go inside that tab and manipulate the frequencies on your own. Right? You can write down your own frequencies separated by comma, and then change your program description accordingly and click the floppy icon, save, yes, and then good to go. Right? Then
Wow.
you can search for this program again, the program you have custom saved. So this program can be located again in the search bar easily. Right? If the program is not visible, then as I discussed in the earlier slide, you can go to the programs and click refresh icon so that the database gets loaded again. Okay. Now, to amaze you more about this device, how cool this device is, the customization is to another level, right? How? Why do I say that? If you see carefully, I have given some commands here, some prefix which can be added to the command. Some people want wavelength of light to be converted, like in the spectrochrome therapy, in the light therapy range. Okay, people do the light therapy. So instead of the light, now you are getting electricity in your body, which is corresponding to the wavelength of the light. So what you can do in that case is save the program as with suffix capital L followed by light wavelength in nanometers. So if you want any visible light, say red light, say it is around 654 nanometers, say, so you have to save it as L654. At the bottom of the screen, you can see examples of special character I have given here. Capital L654. That means you are now getting the therapeutic effect of 654 nanometer light in your body through electricity. Okay. Next is if you
Wow.
want to save molecular weight. So if you want to convert molecular weight of any material and any medicine into frequency, and you don't know, you don't know the frequency, you don't know how to calculate it, so you don't have to worry. Just save the program as suffix prefix capital M followed by the monoisotopic mass. Say the monoisotopic mass is 47219. Just I'm showing you the example here. Bottom of the screen you can see capital M 47219. That means it is 47219 gram per mole. So the moment you save it as a program, the HEVA is going to convert it to frequency and deliver it to your body straight away. Okay.
Wow.
Then you want, I'm not from the bio background. If you want the base pair to be converted to the frequency, okay, so you just need to know number of base pairs within a genome, and Microgen will convert it. Of course, you need to add capital B prefix. Similarly, for circular base pair factor, you need to have capital BC as the prefix, followed by the number of base pairs, that is X, within a circular genome. Similarly, for linear base pair factor, you need to have BL followed by X, and X is your base pairs within a linear genome. So this is how configurable HEVA is, how beautifully you can with ease, just you need to understand this simple software and transfer the programs of your need and get going. Okay, now deleting the custom programs. So you say that some program is not working. I'm talking only about the custom programs because you cannot delete what was already available in the software. You cannot delete the factory programs. Okay, so you just need to highlight the program you wish to delete, then right click. You will be prompted for confirmation, and those programs can be easily deleted. It is asking for a pop-up. You want to say yes, you want to delete it, just click yes, and that's all, and the program will get, the database will get loaded again. Okay, this is a simple demo video I want to show you.
The Hea Microgen software is very simple to use, but it's also very powerful, containing the world's largest database of treatment programs. If you want to turn Microgen into a blood purifier, you just connect Microgen through the USB cable to your computer and push one button, the blood purifier button. If you want to turn your Microgen into a zapper, again, it's just one button to press. If you wish to treat specific health issues, you search for the health problem, you choose the programs you want to run, you can see them appearing here, and then you can choose either low power application or high power application. Nothing could be more simple than that. Hea Microgen, the most simple but powerful health device available today.
So it is that simple.
The
Okay,
Hea
now just for people who have Spooky 2 software already, you can run HEVA from your Spooky 2 software itself. Okay, you don't need to install Microgen software again. if you have Spooky 2 software, if you go to the program section, on the bottom right section, you see there is Microgen written here. So the entire software is loaded in this section. Okay, because the program database is visible to you all. So you can do the same thing as we learned in the Microgen software. You just need to click the specific icon, specific mode, if you want to run any mode. Okay.
Wow.
Few questions and answers I've prepared for you all. Is Heva Microgen easy to use? Yes, it is easy. We have discussed about it. Just simply connect Heva Microgen to the computer, turn the generator on, select your programs, and transfer the programs to Microgen to run. Okay. For how long do we need to charge it? Approximately 5 to 8 hours. 5 to 7 hours are good enough. It usually charges to the maximum. And if it is already connected to the USB port, it is always charging. It doesn't have to be turned on for that. Can Microgen perform biofeedback scan? This is very important. I want to tell you, no. Heva is a delivery device. It transmits frequency to your body. Okay. So if you have Spooky 2 devices with you, if you do have a XM generator or any other product you have, so that you have the frequency values needed in your body, you can save it as the custom program and deliver using Heva the biofeedback results to your body. You can definitely deliver, but you cannot perform biofeedback scan. Okay. Can we run hits on Microgen? Yes, you can. Who shouldn't use Heva Microgen? People with pacemakers, implanted pumps, uncontrolled seizures, and during pregnancy should not be using it. How to ensure if the machine is working if I can't feel anything? The indication lights will show if Heva Microgen is charged and running. Otherwise, I did explain about the test report, so you can do the same to verify. When we load new frequencies into Heva, will it override the previous frequencies? Absolutely yes. So please remember, if you copy anything into Heva, the previous stuff gets unloaded. It gets overwritten. So just make sure, it should not happen that you want to run Zapper on yourself, but the last night you did blood purifier on your mom. So you are going to get a different program. So just make sure. Okay. And can we run terrain or detox protocol using Heva? Yes, you can. If you save all the programs onto the Heva easily, you can copy the programs, you can easily run the terrain protocol. How many microgens can be used at the same time? There is no limit. You can use any number of microgens. Okay, we are at the end of the presentation. These are useful links. If you want to watch the hardware operation, you want to learn about the different modes and whatever we have learned today, you can get the details about the firmware update also from these links. You can, if you wish to buy Heva, you can buy from the website heva.com. And maybe Chantil will be sharing the links also on her channel, and I'll be sharing links on my channel too. And you can reach me here if you need any one-on-one training. I do offer one-on-one training on all of the Spooky 2 devices, so you have good support. Thank you. Just 1 minute.
Wow, that's incredible, Siddesh. Thank you, thank you, thank you. That is so, so amazing. I'm always boasting about my little Peewee, and it really is pocket size. I love this little thing. I'm fascinated by it, and I have to say, I just whenever I'm sitting working, I'll either do the blood purifier or the zapper, because I think when we're just having these overall things, just generally taking care of our bodies, I think that's amazing. And I think it's also important just to note to the viewers, for those of you who want or have whatever, it's if you have like sort of issues like cancer or really diseases in the body that have already far gone, then we do recommend that you get the bigger Spooky 2 machine. whatever that might be for you. I know there are different sizes, and I know Siddesh can absolutely help you out with that if you need him. Do you want to just give us your email address, so I can just put it in the chat here?
Yeah.
Um,
Just 1 minute.
yeah, because if you can just put it to me in the private chat, then I'll put it in the comment section. I'm not sure if you can
Sure.
put it in the comment section yourself,
I
actually.
can. I'm adding in the chat box. This is
Okay,
my
there
email
we
ID.
go. So if any one of you who would like, copy.
And I'm also adding these video links, okay, so that they can see and learn
Yeah,
from there. Just 1 minute.
paste. Okay, no, that's the wrong one now. I want to just see private chat here. Sorry again. Oh man, what have I done? Opened up another.
It's working.
I'm
Or
gonna,
should
but actually, guys, what I'm
I can add in the Shantil, I can add in the comment section if you want me
can
to.
you add that all in the comment section if you don't mind? That'll
Yeah,
be
yeah, yeah.
great.
I can do it. I
Okay,
can
that'll
do
be
it.
great. So you guys, if you can just find Dr. Siddesh's, there we go,
Email ID.
all
Yeah.
his details in there if you
Um,
want any further information on this. And also, if you want to get a Hiwi or any of the Spooky 2 machines, please just use my name as a coupon code and you'll get 5% off on your unit as well. Find all those details in the description area as well. It's really amazing, I have to say. And that's why I say, but this for me is such a good preventative unit,
yeah.
just for general health. I mean, we all have viruses from time to time, bacteria, parasites, um, fungi. That's a very common stuff that happens in the human body, right? So just to give yourself that, anything like stiff joints, in my case, I would have the stiff hands, sometimes a headache even. I do yoga a lot. The other day I was actually overextended my elbow, and I just put I can't even remember which one I found on there, and I just put it, and within the next day, the stiffness in the joint was gone. So it really is just an amazing maintenance program for yourself. And as I said, I think if there's obviously you have uh, far gone illnesses like cancer or anything like that, then we do recommend obviously you get the more powerful machines that are going to help you through this. But it's really amazing. And I want to just say thank you so much to you for joining me today and taking the
My
time to
pleasure.
share
My
with
pleasure.
us, how to use these machines. And I honestly believe frequency medicine, stuff like this, is the way of the future. And it has to replace big pharma. There's no doubt in my mind. So I want to just say thank you so much. And thank you to
My
our viewers
pleasure.
for joining
My pleasure.
um, in our
Thanks
chats
from my side
today.
too for joining the interview.
Yeah, it was really cool. And if there's anything, let us know. I'll put you in touch with Dr. Siddesh as well. And his details, as I said, are in the comment section. So you guys are welcome to get them there. Is there anything you would like to just end off with?
um it's see, there are two things. If a person wants to address a specific health concern, so as you rightly said, for anything severe, for very chronic conditions, so I would recommend going for the better versions, that is the central spooky central and the scala machines, or you know and if you want to experience the treatments, the right therapy sessions at the ease on the go, then go for the Hiva device. It is really
Yeah.
going to be very helpful, because I've even tested on my parents and I use it all the time. So whenever I'm doing my specific work, I'm with Hiva, always zapping. And uh, every now and then you can do the blood purification, because pathogens are not waiting for us, right? They will come. They will invade anytime. Anytime
That's
you
true.
think you are eating good, they are coming inside. Okay, so you have to be ready with all the tools you have. So Hiva is something like that. I don't have to worry a lot. If it is saved on the blood purifier mode, I know it is going to run for 1 year. There is no problem. It is always
Yeah,
there for me. Okay, so just
exactly.
switch it on. You are getting the therapy. That simple it is. And
Amazing.
thanks for attending this, and love you all.
Indeed. Thank you so, so much,
My
guys.
pleasure.
Take
My
good
pleasure.
care. Have a beautiful, beautiful day. And I look forward to seeing you later with Caleb at 7
Yeah.
p.m. my time tonight for another installment of Caleb. And in the meantime, I wish you health, wealth, and all the abundance you can possibly manage. God bless. Take care of you all. Cherry buys.